What's up, tricksters, my dear friends, my dear people of the internet, members of the Big Brain Club. I'm yours, one and only Charlatan, the warden of this little community, the 12 times radiant Valorant player, the absolute destroyer of SoloQ, and many more titles I have alongside my name, but that is not the point of this little video. Today I'm going to share with you absolutely top 10 tips that will make you a professional player in Valorant and help you rank up faster, and also you can literally go from Iron 1 to Radiant, because I did that in Act 3. And not only that, I also had 5 accounts in Radiant in Act 3 of Valorant. So why can't you? Let me explain you why. In my journey from Iron 1 to Radiant, I have encountered every single elo and every single type of players in Valorant, like from Iron to Radiant, of course, because that is the title of the series. And I must say the journey was hell. But like in every single elo, no matter where I played, like if I played in Iron, Gold, Bronze, Radiant, like it really doesn't matter, I've always encountered the same type of issues over and over and over again. In this video, I'm not gonna speak about how to remove the tilt from the game, how to overcome ranked anxiety, how to be a better team player, etc, etc. I'm gonna cover that in the separated videos because the guides, tips and tricks are coming back on the channel. And also, by the way, on my Discord server, link is down in the description below, you can purchase the coaching from the man himself, because that is the best way to improve in this game. Well, is it? Because on the 10th tip of this little video, I'm gonna share with you the absolutely best way to improve in any esports title, in any game that you touch, from League of Legends to CSGO and finally to Valorant. As you know, I was Challenger in League of Legends, I was Global Elite in CSGO, I'm now Radiant in Valorant. Like, how does he do it, man? How can he be so talented? Well, guess what? I'm not really talented. Maybe I am a bit, but maybe it's just because I've been playing video games from when I was 3 years old. Maybe because I have a big brain. Well, is big brain a talent? I don't know. Okay, without any further ado and any of that additional BS, let's start with the tips. The absolutely #1 tip that you need to follow in order to go from Iron to Radiant, in order to reach the skies, is insta-lock your main agent always. Main only 1 or 2 agents at most from the same category of agents and absolutely perfect them. Perfect the positioning with them, using abilities with them, using that type of agent with other agents in SoloQ, and also trying to react on other agents on the enemy's team with that specific agent that you're playing. That's a lot of agents that I've just mentioned. Valorant is a game with a lot of different abilities, a lot of different combinations, let's say same as Overwatch for an example. And Valorant really favors if you are always maining the same category of agents or the same agent all the time. Why do you think pro players only use one agent? Sinatra is using only Sova. I don't know, Scream is using Jet and Reyna, Mixwell is using Jet, CNED is using Jet. But why? Why is that so? Because it is much easier to kinda evolve your gameplay and playstyle around one agent than constantly changing your tactics, your playstyle, your gameplay, because you're switching between different types of agents. Stop doing that. When you get in SoloQ environment, no matter which agent you're maining, always insta-lock your agent and rely only on yourself. You are the person that needs to carry your dumb allies. You cannot rely on 4 potatoes in your team, because get what? Potatoes are for the fries, not for playing Valorant with them. Do not abuse food and vegetables. In one of my future videos, I'm gonna explain like what are the categories of agents, why playing Duelist is the best, and those little things, but that is not this video. Let's move on to the second tip, and that is you need to have consistency in training and you need to track your improvement. Take some notepad, take some notes, always track and write down those little things. Make a playbook where you can always remind yourself about your goals, about your improvement, about the things that you learned. Today I played with a very dogshit players. That is something that you can also like remind yourself that people are not always good. Today I was a poo-poo caca. Oh, stop being poo-poo caca. Stop pushing. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Try tracking your improvement and make sure that you have some kind of consistency in your training. Whether it is aim training, whether it is like, I don't know, movement training, gameplay training, abilities training, like anything. You need to have consistency. Imagine going to the gym. You're going to the gym every single day. Every single day you are going harder than the last time. And what happens? You become a Greg Doucette, bro. You become... Who doesn't want to be that handsome little man? Well, that was more of an insult, but the point is, start having consistency in your aim training, in your overall training in Valorant, because it is much better if you play every single day for 3 hours than to play one day, 12 hours, and then you don't play for the rest of the week. Start spreading your time with a big brain power. Start implementing different types of training. And start prioritizing good. Like playing Valorant ranked games will teach you absolutely nothing. Yes, you will maybe improve a bit when it comes to your movement, aiming, etc. But you need to develop your big brain knowledge, your game sense, your sense for timings, your utility usage. And how do you do that? VOD reviews, number 1. Number 2, practice inside of the custom games and start doing little things in customs and scrims. Number 3, watch other pro players play. That is also very beneficial. When you're watching other people play your agent on different maps, you can pick those little tips and tricks, those movements, those, entrances to the corridors, to the sites. You need to start doing that as well. Number 4, aim training. Start going hard in that Kovacs, in that aim lab, in that aim trainer, in that practice rain deathmatch. And build up some consistency. Always do your course. Always do the boring stuff. I know playing Valorant Ranked is fun. Well, most of the times it is not fun. But that is the easy dopamine. You know, it's a bait. It's a bait like a cocaine. No drugs here. Only coffee. You need to start doing boring stuff and implementing that good boring stuff into the fun stuff. And then destroying people in Valorant Ranked Solo Queue and reaching Radiant. Start having consistency in your life, in your training, in your games. And you will reach higher ranks with an ease. When I don't play Valorant consistently, you know what happens on my streams? One game I have 5 kills, one game I have 30 kills. Why do I get 30 kills? Because of the big brain. My aim suffers, my movement suffers, my gameplay suffers. You need to have consistency. End of the story, which leads us to the third tip of this little video. Well, it's not gonna be little, it's gonna be huge like my schlong. Third tip for you. Very important tip for every single elo, for every single player. Be patient. Don't over-rotate. Don't flank. Play with your allies and be smart while playing. Patience is the key. Hold on to your tactics. Anchor the sights. Don't over-rotate. If you see, like, I don't know, 2 enemies on one bomb site, like, if you have 4 people on B site on bind, what difference basically does it make if you play with them? Like, if 4 people cannot defend a B site on bind, what difference is 5 people? Potatoes! Come on, man. Start playing smart and with the patience. Just try to hold onto your positions a bit more, listen to yourself. Because if you make mistakes yourself and you don't make others people mistake, you will learn something. If you constantly listen others and you're not playing with your own brain, you learn nothing. You are a potato, so to say. So, start being patient and start playing smart. If enemies are pushing a site on bind, for an example, and you have 4 people on A side, or maybe 3 people on A side, why do you need to over-rotate? Don't rotate. Be patient, hold your position, hold some off angle, do the tactic which you wanted to do, whatever. There are teleporters. People can go between the sites easily. Anchor your spot and start being patient. Learn when aggression is good. Learn when being passive is good. learn which positions to hold, and learn how to fuck enemies with patience. Discipline is very important in any video game that you're playing. Discipline will lead you to the stars. Being an absolute undisciplined piece of crap will lead you back to Iron 1! Which leads us to the number 4 tip of the day, and that is don't chase the frags and play on numbers advantage. Valorant is the game which you need to play on the numbers advantage. What does that mean? Your goal inside of a solo queue match is not to kill 5 people every single round. Your goal inside of the Valorant match is to kill 1 person and then play off from that numbers advantage with your allies. What does that mean? Basically figure out some tactics, some strategy which will allow you to kill 1 enemy on the attackers and a defender's side and then play from that numbers advantage with your allies. Refrag each other. Stick to the butthole of your allies and learn how not to chase the stupid frags. Frags mean 0. What is important is winning the rounds, winning the matches, and closing out the game. Don't chase unnecessary frags. If you are 3 versus 1, trust me, you don't need to chase that guy. That guy will come towards you. Plant the bomb, play around the bomb, around the post plant. Or if you're on a defender side, push the sides together. Don't split apart like a potatoes. If there's 3 of you alive and 1 enemy on the opposite side, stick to the butthole of at least one of your allies. Like, don't split apart the map, play together. Playing together and on a refrag potential is much better than playing alone. Numero uno goal in Valorant Ranked Solo Queue is to make that numbers advantage for your team. Basically, you will see me in my clips multiple times. I will take operator as a jet player and I will peek aggressively some angle on a defender side to get the initial kill for my allies, and then we are 5 versus 4 against the enemies, and I will play with my allies from that numbers advantage. I will basically try always to stick with my allies, make some kind of a crossfire, and fuck up the enemies. That is how you play tactical shooters. Which leads us to our 5th point of this video, and the 5th tip for you, ladies and gentlemen, and that is baiting and trading your teammates is really important. You need to learn when to be a bait, when to bait your allies, and how to trade your teammates. How to position yourself properly accordingly to your teammates' movement. So let's say that you're attacking the B site with your allies. You're retaking the B site. The enemies have planted a bomb, let's say there, or wherever they planted, on the heaven, to the Jesus Christ. What you should do, you should never split the map. Learn how to trade your teammates and how far do you need to be from them when retaking or taking a bomb site. So basically, let's say you're retaking a B site and your allies are going here, here, and here. What you should do, you should try to stick to the butthole of at least one of your allies and never split the map. Like, always play with one of that people, with that one ally, with that one mother effer that wanna push alone, and try to trade him. If you need to bait him for the information, do it, it's no problem. But after that, peek with him and kill the enemies. So for example, if you're pushing with your ally here, you can let your ally push this area of the map to get the intel if the enemies are there, 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 or there. And then when he pushes and dies, refrag that motherfucker and go into the site. Or basically, if you're very low HP, you have 10 HP, etc., and you're playing Jet, immediately, like if you're retaking the B site with your allies, tell your allies, guys, push from here and push from there. And then you can use an upjet here and then enter the site from above for your allies. Try to surprise the enemies, make the pressure onto the enemies, and you will allow your allies to have easier time to push the site and to refrag you if needed. You will get the juicy information for your teammates, you will make pressure onto the enemies, and you will allow your allies to go through these little choke points with a freedom in their feet and fuck up the enemies. That is how you play Valorant, and that is the 5th thing that you need to understand. Coming into 6th tip for this little video, you need to play around the spike on the attacker side. Like basically most of the times on the attacker side, when you're attacking a certain area of the map, no matter which agent you're playing, you need to go first for your allies in a ranked solo queue. Even if you're playing Cypher, you need to figure out how you can use your abilities to enter the site and allow your allies to go through these little choke points so they don't get fucked up like a potatoes. Now, even if you're doing some kind of a tactic or you have some tactic in your mind, you should always stick with a spike. Like you should always like either hold a spike in your hands or play around that teammate that has the spike. Because let's say you're splitting A site from A long area and A short area, and you take the complete control of the A site, you demolish the enemies, you shit on those people, but your allies die on mid with a spike. What does it matter then? What does it matter? You don't have the bomb to plant the bomb. Pick up the bomb, even if you're playing Jet. Even if you're playing Jet. Take the bomb and go into the side with the bomb. Fuck it, man. It is better to hold that spike and trust yourself than trusting other people. In Valorant Solo Queue, there's no trust, man. There is no trust. Sometimes you do need to trust those people, but they're not your mother. They're not your girlfriend. Babara language. They're basically just random people that you don't know if they had a bad day. You don't know how many games they played so far. You don't know if they had like 10 lost games. You don't know if they're gonna troll. You don't know if they're gonna try. But you are try-harding. You're doing your best to reach the stars. And I believe in you. Why don't you believe in yourself? Maybe you believe in yourself. That's good. That's the starting point. That's maybe the 0 tip of this video. Believe in yourself. But before you believe in yourself, pick the spike, please. Pick the spike on the attacker side, play around the spike, and play on the numbers advantage with your teammates. Thank you very much, domo arigato. And the 7th point can kinda be like in the same range as the 6th, and that is make the pressure onto the enemies so that your allies can follow you up. For an example, I'm personally playing Jet, and that is very easy for me. And that is the point that I made before. No matter which agent you play in Valorant, you can always have some kind of an execute which will help your allies to enter to the bomb sites on the attacker side and make the pressure onto the enemy. When I'm playing Jet on my streams, on my videos, etc., what I'm doing is I'm always going first into the action, and I'm always trying to allow my allies to go through these little choke points so that they don't get fucked up by the nano swarms, by the Cypher tripwires, by the enemies, etc. I'm always putting pressure onto the enemies, and I'm always allowing my allies to go into bomb site with me and to win the rounds. This is one of the executes that I do onto the B site when I'm playing Jet. Basically, I will take like one smoke and I will place it there. I will immediately use the updraft in this section, glide over this little wall up there, this roofy roof. You can also do the super glide there. If you just do this, glide a bit, and BAM! You can fuck up the enemies. You can take any gun for this execute. Like, you don't need Phantom. Like, I use Bucky, Judge. You can use Bucky and Light Shield, basically. And then you smoke yourself here, so the enemies cannot see what the F are you doing at that moment of time. Then you get into the smoke. You use the updraft on this little roofy roof here, and glide over the roofy roof, and you can fuck up the enemies. It's really simple, really easy, but one of the best tactics to enter the sites. And I have millions of these tactics for every single agent, for every single, basically, team combination in Valorant, and that is why you need to get coaching from me on my Discord server. Link is down in the description below. Also, very soon on my charlatan.com website, I'm gonna release the whole coaching course where I'm gonna cover a lot of map strategies, map tactics, agents tactics. All of these little guides, tips and tricks are gonna be there. It's gonna be unfortunately a monthly subscription, but trust me, it's gonna be much more worth it than a stupid pro guides or skill capped or something like that. Like, I'm truly gonna teach you how to play Valorant properly and not be a potato like you are maybe now. I don't know, maybe you're fries, french fries, like there are different types of potatoes out in the world. But let's jump into our 8th tip for this video, and that is communicate, you son of a bitches! Communication and not communism. Communication, ladies and gentlemen, communicate. Please give the info, give the intel, talk. From Ivron to Radiant, I have heard maybe 10 communications in my matches when I'm playing on streams in Europe. people don't speak? Do they not have tongues? Well, Russians don't have the microphone and muted people are like toxic, but who cares? Speak like a normal human being. Start communicating. Start giving the intel for your allies, where the enemies are. If you're entering the bomb site, tell your enemies, the guys on the logs on the right side, the guys on the right side in the window, in the market. Speak, speak. Intel must be flowing. Communication is the key point which distincts a good esports team and a good esports player from a bad team and esports player. Start communicating. Start doing things together. Don't be a muted fucktard. Please start speaking, for God's sake. There are so many Radiant lobbies where I don't hear a single communication. And if somebody has a tactic in a ranked solo queue, listen to that dude, support him and follow his lead. Sometimes you need to be a leader, but not in order to make followers, but to make other leaders follow you. Well, then that leader is a follower, but basically, start leading your team. Sometimes in ranked matches, you need to be an IGL. Even if your team listens to you or not, it doesn't matter. Always pretend like you're streaming in front of millions of people and you're giving a call-outs to your audience. Like, pretend that everyone in solo queue is your friend. That is how you approach the ranked solo queue, by that mentality. All the people in solo queue are your potential friends. Maybe the girlfriends as well, maybe the boyfriends, who knows? Who knows? Look at the ethos, man. The guy got the game, you know? well, considering how he holds his mouse, I would have the game as well. Start speaking, using your tongue, giving the intel, where the enemy's positions are. When you die, don't moan in the microphone, be like, daddy! Start giving me the intel where you died from, where is the enemy, so I can react. That is the 8th best tip that you can have in your life. Stop having tunnel vision and practice your comunicazione skill. Comunicazione skill will lead you to the stars in esports environment. Trust me, and you can hold me by these words right now. People without good communication can never be a good esports player. The 9th tip is a bit difficult to explain, and that is, you need to learn the proper ways to enter bomb sites on attacker's side. You need to learn how to hold the bomb sites on a defender's side, to play post plants, when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive, how to position yourself, develop tactics, strategies which you can repeat over and over again in a ranked solo queue environment. So basically, you need to develop your game knowledge about every single thing in Valorant. Every single day, your brain needs to go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Expand your big brain. Don't just play ranked matches 24/7. That is absolutely poo-poo kakaro. VOD reviews, watching other professional players play, getting coached, observing other people and yourself. You need to learn from your mistakes and learn what is worth doing and what is absolutely not. If you're only focusing on your mechanical skill and your brain, game sense and knowledge are not getting developed, you will be one of the gorillas, harambes, that I encounter in Immortal, my friends. You don't wanna be Immortal Harambe. You wanna be a Radiant Star player, don't you? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. To become the best possible version of yourself, not only in gaming, but also in life. That should be your goal. Start focusing on your game knowledge if you want to be a better player. Like, you really need to start picking a lot of these little things and kind of solving the puzzle, which is called yourself, essentially. This sounds really poetic, I must say. I think I should write a novel really soon. And the 10th tip. All that you've been waiting for. Basically, the most important thing that will enable your full power as soon as possible. You will reach the Super Saiyan form and kinda progress faster through ranks, and also like in your overall development as a player is playing with and against better players as soon as possible. Getting a coach, getting a mentor, and playing with your friends that are higher ranked than you is gonna help you tremendously. In CSGO, for a very long period of time, I was kinda supreme player. Like, I didn't reach global elite for like 50 or 100 hours in Supreme Master First Class. And as soon as I started playing with FPL Challenger players, level 10 players, I was progressing much, much faster. Push yourself out there. Like, enter some team environments, try to scrim against better players. There are multiple ways how you can start playing with and against better players without, like, reaching better ranks immediately. Like, you can assemble a little team of friends and you can try to find the scrims against, like, Diamond, Immortals, Radiants, you know. Like, if you have a friend that is Radiant or Immortal, ask him, beg him if you need to, like, to play a few games with you. You will learn a lot by playing with that dude. And not only that, but when you play against better players, if you play on his account maybe, like, you will develop your mechanical skill much, much faster. For example, like, I had like one guy that I coached in my coaching sessions for like 40 sessions. And he went from silver to Diamond 3, Immortal level. And basically, in terms of his mechanical skill and game sense, he was not really good. But as soon as he started playing against Diamond and Immortal players, he immediately, like, gained much better, like, game knowledge, game sense, sense for timings, and mechanical skill as well. Like, when you spend time with good people in life, you progress. When you spend time with bad people in life, you digress. You don't learn anything, or you stagnate. And that is how life works as well. Like, you always need to surround yourself with good people. People that will help you progress and improve in life. That is why you should always get out from the toxic relationships, from toxic people, and people that are keeping you down. This is not only a Valorant lesson, but also a lesson in life. That's why people hire coaches in gyms, hire mentors, like, on works, etc, etc. Because, like, getting the experience from the first hand and implementing that in whatever you're doing, or competing with players that have higher experience than you, is something that's gonna develop you as a player extremely fast. Like, and not only as a player, but anything that you're doing in life. Like, always get help. I hope that you got the point that I wanted to say, because this last 10 tip is literally the most important thing that you should follow in life and in gaming as well. If you want to reach the stars as soon as possible, kind of improve yourself ASAP without suffering too much. There are always different ways how you can meet, like, experienced people and be around and surround yourself with good people. Like, you always have the option and choice in life. Like, if you absolutely don't have the friends that are Radiant or friends that are good coaches or mentors, you need to spend some money. Trust me, like, the value that you're gonna get from, like, I don't know, 10 hours with someone is gonna be tremendous for you in terms of time saving. Basically, like, if I personally had a coach or mentor when I was playing League of Legends on a high level, I was challenger in League of Legends, I would right now be in a, like, I don't know, TSM, Cloud9, destroying people in LCS, and that's it. But I was stubborn. I thought that I can learn everything myself, and that's not really the truth in life, so to say. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, my dear tricksters, members of the Big Brain Club, I hope that you enjoyed this little video. This is one of the most important videos that you should watch in your life. If you did, make sure to subscribe on my YouTube channel down below. Make sure to follow me on twitch.tv/Charlotte, because I'm going live almost every single day. Join my Discord server, link is down in the description below as well, because you can get me as a coach, as a mentor in Valorant, and also we hang out there. Like, there's a lot of dick pics and, I don't know, like NSFA, I don't know, like, we're doing weird stuff there, so to say. And also follow me on other social media like Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Yeah, I have the TikTok. Like, I kind of wanted to not remember that part of my life, but yes, Papa has a TikTok now. We are the TikTok babes. I'm spreading my legs for that TikTok views, boy. Make sure to follow my journey, and as always, my friends, I'm yours, one and only, Warden of the Tricksters community, one of the big brain leaders of the BBC Club, well, Big Brain Club, so to say. I hope you enjoyed this video, and take care of yourself, my friends. I wish you all the best in your Valorant Ranked Solo Queue journey, and also in becoming the best possible person and player, not only in video games, but also in life. Much love.